Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and X-Men and Fantastic Four, X-Men plus Fantastic Four, they mean the same thing, all right? They mean the same thing. This is issue number one of, I think it's like 4 issues. Dude, is a little premature since I've only actually read 2 comic books this week plus this one, so 3 comic books this week. That I make this my comic book pick of the week. Is it also premature that it's, February the 5th, and I'm claiming this to be the comic book of the year? Might be. I'm going to talk about who made this comic book, and I'm going to get just a little tiny bit into the book itself. I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I'm only going to get into it a little tiny bit. So let's get talking about this. We got Chip Zdarsky doing the writing, the Dodsons, Terry and Rachel doing the pencils and the inks. Ink assists by Dexter Vines and Carl Story. The color art is by Laura Martin. Letters by VC's Joe Caramagna. Cover art, the Dodsons. And variant covers by a whole bunch of people. Carlos Lau does the production, and Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Imagine that. There is a lot of analogy in this story. There is a lot of, a lot of individual portions. Dude, I can't get into how much there was in this book. Why am I not just going to pick apart the book and explain this stuff in exasperating detail? Because 2 reasons. One, I love you guys, and I want you guys to be able to enjoy this comic book for yourself. And I've said that before. I'm saying it again. It's real talk. This is one of those comic books. This is one of those ones that the professor flips his lid over, and it's just like, holy crap, this is one of those exceptional comic books. This is one of those fantastic comic books. The first pun was unintentional. Second one, very intentional, and both of them totally welcome. Anyway, dude, this is sick. This is wild. It's so freaking good. You could pull apart, if you've got a secondary education, okay, you should be able to pick apart this comic book. The political commentary, the comic book history that is involved in here. You're talking about the sociological aspects. You can't pick one character if you're being fair, okay? You know what? Forget about being fair. If you're just being honest, and you're genuinely listening and reading what everybody's saying, you can't say any one person in this book is wrong. They're all right. Oh, and Cyclops isn't even here. Dude, this is a wicked good, amazing comic book, bruh. And I am practically falling apart over myself at how good this comic book is. Look, all I'm saying, go out and pick up this comic book, all right? Professor, you said that there were 2 reasons why you're not going to go into details of this comic book. Oh, well, allow me to give you my second reason. This coming Thursday night, a.k.a. Friday morning at midnight, I will be doing my Dawn of X review. All right, I'm going to set it in the podcast, most recently the Saturday podcast live stream, the Saturday live stream, that I'm moving my Dawn of X reviews, the deep spoiler live reviews, so I can take questions from you guys, back to Thursday night, Friday morning, midnight, Eastern Standard Time, midnight Eastern Standard Time, so New York, Toronto time, because I want more interaction there. Instead of, doing it before most of you guys get the comic books, I really do want a bunch of people to be able to ask questions, ask for elaborations and whatnot. I want there to be a bunch of, I want there to be a lot more communication and a lot more just interaction in general. Listen, real talk when I say this. This is just one of those hot picks, all right? This is one of those things that makes me want to sit there and just, point out that I think that Chip Zdarsky is the best writer in comic books today. And that's just facts. Professor, what about Immortal Hulk? Loves me some Immortal Hulk. I loves me some Al Ewing. Al Ewing can take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? Donny Cates. Professor, you love Donny Cates. What about Thor? It's amazing. And all these other things he did. Donny Cates can ride passenger. You know what I'm saying? Like Zdarsky. And this isn't me disrespecting these guys. I love these guys' work. Like, holy crap, they've got some of the most amazing work out there. But they're not doing, and they just, whatever, they're just not doing what Donny Cates is doing. And he's doing one of the best jobs that I could possibly imagine in comic books today. This guy is superb. Absolutely superb. You know how embarrassed I get, I've talked about it enough, how embarrassed I get to walk up and actually ask somebody, you know what I'm saying, can you tell me more about this comic book? Can you tell me more about this, that, or the other thing? This is one of those slightly different stories because this is amazing. I need to know more about what Sardosky's doing. I'm willing to sit back and read the whole story, but I want to talk about it. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.